Okay, so Facebook user is my niece. This is conversations that I was having with my older sister's oldest daughter, right? So here I said, well, you missed it. I pissed Amber off. That's Nikki, my little sister. She was screaming at me out front. As a kid, she had a crush on our cousin Randy. Tonight, he joked that his son was flirting with Savannah, and I said that makes sense since Nikki loved you till she was 10, and she lost it. So for y'all saying that it was me that was wanting to sleep with my cousin, it was not. And with Nikki, it wasn't even that she was wanting to sleep with her cousin. It was a very innocent, normal thing. Little kids, you know, they want to marry their fathers. They don't understand the relationship issue. She was a little kid, you know. It was a joke. It wasn't that big of a deal. But Kathy made that video saying, well, Mary wanted to fuck her own cousin. I never did. My little sister did. It was well known, and we've talked about it for years. So before y'all come and say, well, you're only bringing this up because Kathy said it was you, I'll point out that these messages were sent in 2015. No, I did not transport back to 2015 to alibi myself, just in case y'all are wondering. So, let's see. Well, your mom seemed well aware that her man looks like our cousin and not half a fuck given. That's true. My older sister showed up at the funeral with a boyfriend who looked almost identical to our cousin Butch. To the point that I thought it was our cousin Butch, but I think he was in jail at the time. She was young and it was right in front of his wife. Like, she's genuinely going to be worried of him leaving her for his cousin. I mean, that wife did eventually leave him, so pretty sure it wasn't for his own cousin, though. Okay, so my friend is not going to be able to pick you up. Now, this is a very long message that was forwarded to me by my sister's daughter. My sister apparently asked somebody what was going on. This is a response that was given and forwarded to me so that I would understand what was happening. Well, Mary will be okay just between the two of us because she told Daddy and I that she was leaving the condo and the vehicle to Mary and some cash accounts. She was worried about Mary hanging with a bad group of friends, so she hesitated, but did take care of her. I actually helped her just months ago revise her living will. So the person that has sent this message to my older sister, who sent it to her daughter, who forwarded it to me, is somebody who actually had done the will, had recently, worked with my grandmother. This woman, I'm pretty sure it's a woman, she sat down with my grandmother as my grandmother poured her heart out and put out her final wishes just months before she passed away. Final wishes that would never be read because 5 years later that will suddenly doesn't exist. Anyways. What happens is the children must hire a private lawyer and request the will be presented to the courts and documents on file. The lawyer will set up a meeting with the children only and go over her wishes via living will. Mary will be included because she's in the living will. Then all will be dispersed to whoever is in the living will after all debts are paid off. State of Florida requires all debts to be paid first, lawyer second, then to the people listed in the living will. As for the life insurance policies, they need to be reported via phone call that she's deceased, and it takes about 3 weeks for that to be paid out. Someone needs to call Social Security and report her passing as well. Whoever is her beneficiary will get $250 from Social Security. As for all bank accounts, assets, etc., once the death certificate comes in, Whoever is the beneficiary can take the death certificate to the company and the driver's license, and a check will be printed out to zero the credit balance. Between you and I, she was saying that Mary, that's me, by the way, unless anybody was confused, Mary is the beneficiary on her bank accounts. Now, I'm just going on what she told Daddy and I. Now, this person being somebody that helped revise her living will. Now, it's a little hard to revise your living will without telling them what you want in it. So this is exactly what Meemaw wanted. She also told us that she has a lot of jewelry worth a lot of money hidden all around the condo. I'm sure that's already found and put up. I'm assuming only, though. My kid's father just passed away, so I'm the guardian of the estate, so I know the whole procedure. I have the best lawyer ever who is located downtown. I will talk to Kathy, who is handling everything from what I was told, and let her know about my lawyer. It's a $10,000 down payment, and every private lawyer charges that or more. I know firsthand. She's in Fernandina, so all will be done in that county's courts. But from what she told me, even though at that time she was upset with Mary because of the guy she was hanging out with who came in and stole some of her jewelry and money, was that she assured Mary would be taken care of because she said, and this is important, this is extremely important because I have been saying this for years, that my family does not love me and will not take care of me. Okay? Mary would be taken care of because she said, this is my grandmother said that she knew that no one would look after Mary and support her as she did in the same manner. Mary, that being me, again, unless some of you are confused, was her biggest concern. She explained that she raised her and was a daughter to her, so I can understand her worries. I feel she would have felt that way with any of her grandchildren if she had raised them. She loved her grandchildren and great-grandchildren so much. It's all she talked about. So, and this was in 2015. This was somebody who knew about the will, not only had seen it, but had helped revise it just a couple of months ago, and knew for a fact that I was left taken care of. Anybody want to explain to me what happened when I became homeless because I wasn't left taken care of? Okay, so from that message, I tried to get a little more information, and my older sister wouldn't tell me anything. And so I went to her daughter, who sent me that message and said, your mother is a bitch. That message you sent me yesterday, she keeps saying was from Daryl, but he knows nothing about the will. Your mom knows, who does know, and won't tell me. She's helping the family leave me with nothing. My niece says, no, she's not allowed to tell you. She wants to, but she's not allowed. But trust me, she's helping you. Trust me, you're going to be okay. Trust me, she's helping. Trust us. Trust us, trust us, trust us. I went on to spend 5 years homeless. So where was I supposed to trust these people? Well, it's not helping. It wasn't from Daryl. He knows nothing. They aren't doing a will reading unless I get a lawyer, and then I have to find the will. Whoever your mom spoke to knows about the will, and she won't tell me who it is, so I can't do anything. I'm going to lose my home because the family hates me. No one is allowed to know but her. She's not allowed. Trust me, it'll be okay. And I said, no, it won't, Tammy. You don't understand. The executor of the will is saying there's no will, and the only person that knows there's a will, your mother spoke to, and she won't tell me. They aren't doing a will reading unless I get a lawyer, and I can't afford it. Keep telling me that I'm just making all of this up. This is all from 2015. I was telling my own family members in 2015 that this family was going to leave me homeless and destitute. And do you know what happened? I became homeless and destitute with them telling me constantly to just trust them. Yeah, just trust, you know. Because a normal family, you can trust. I don't have a normal family. I have a lot of abusive, greedy, manipulative people who share my blood. But they're not a family.